Hi, today I'm here to share with you some of Google's latest updates that they released in honor of Teacher Appreciation Week. So I created a Google Slides presentation. I'm going to view it right now. So the first feature I want to talk about with you is the Q&A in Google Slides feature. Now teachers or presenters can insert a link into their slides presentation that will direct students or other audience members to a page where they can submit questions from their Chromebook or any other device that they're on. It could be a cell phone or another computer or a laptop or tablet. Additionally, the presenter's students or audience can vote on these questions, on which question they would like answered the most by upvoting, clicking on a thumbs up sign, or which ones they want answered the least by downvoting, by clicking on the thumbs down feature. And I'm going to show you how that works in a moment. I think this polling feature, or this Q&A feature, is very good for a couple of reasons, but the main reason really is because students who don't like to raise their hand, maybe they think they have that dumb question when we know there are no dumb questions, but in their mind, they don't feel like their question is one that, they want to say out in front of the whole audience, their peers. Every student gets the opportunity to ask their questions, even if they don't think they have the best question. And then they get to vote on each other's questions and see what other students are asking. And then the teacher can essentially answer all of the questions if need be. But then the teacher can really focus on the questions that students are having the most trouble with through this voting feature. So let me show you what this looks like. To activate this Q&A feature, you would come down here while your slide is active and go to Presenter View. And then you'll see right here is your slideshow. You can jump forward and back in the slideshow from here. This is the presenter's view. Or you can click on the down arrow and jump up or back through the slides. And then to activate the Q&A, you would click on Start New, and it loads a new Q&A session. You'll see at the top of your slideshow you have a link. This is the link where your audience members or your students would go. The link is also here in your presenter view. And then right here, you'll see that you are now accepting questions from anybody inside the Fort Lee Public Schools. If you'd like to expand that to anyone with the link, you can do that. I recommend you leave it at the Fort Lee Public Schools. This way, only people who are logged in to their Fort Lee school accounts can post questions on your Q&A site. And then any questions that are posted at that site will appear here in order of popularity, okay, from most popular to least popular. So let me show you what that looks like. So if we downsize this and I right click here, I'm going to open this in a new window. This is what students would see when they first went to the Q&A site. It's basically a blank site, no questions yet. Yours can be the first. Come up here and they would just type a question. So I'm going to ask, how might this new Q and A feature help your students, okay? And right now I'm asking as myself. If I would like, I can click on this checkbox and I could ask anonymously. I'm going to leave it as me so you can see what that looks like, and I'm hitting submit. Right away my question appears there, and you'll see here is the upvote feature and here is the downvote feature. So if I wanted to give myself a vote, which I do because I think my question is awesome and it needs to be asked, and a lot of people have this question, I'm going to click on that upvote. If I were looking at somebody else's question and I thought that it wasn't the most important question, I click on the downvote. So I'm going to leave it up for now and ask another question. What other features should Google add? Okay, and this one I'm asking anonymously, so my name doesn't appear, and then I'm hitting submit, and then that question appears right there. So if I change the vote from here, this upvote to a downvote, and I put this one up, and then I refresh the page, you'll notice that the one with the most votes appears on top, and then the one with the least votes appears on the bottom. And that will keep updating itself as more and more questions are posted. This is from the student's point of view. Let me show what it looks like from the presenter or the teacher's point of view. So back here in your slideshow, if you click on presenter view, you'll see the two questions that have been asked appear here, and the one with the most votes is at the top, and then the other one is below. If at any time you want to present that question to the class, you would just click on present and it kind of takes over your slideshow. What other features should Google add? And then to go back, I would click on my presenter view and hit hide, and I'm back in my slideshow. The other cool thing is that all of your questions, your Q&A history, is logged. So if I escape out of the slideshow and I've done this for multiple classes, you know, and they've all asked their groups of questions. I can see all of those questions and the times and when they were asked by going under Tools and Q&A History, and this whole history pops up here, so you can see it goes from May 8th at 10:38 all the way to May 8th, 11:05. Let me just click on that one, and you'll see 11:07, 11:06, and if I go back again, there were a bunch of different Q&As. I did this video like 5 times, so these are all my Q&A sessions in there. So that's also a neat feature, that you can see all of the questions that the students have asked. They don't disappear. They're attached to your slideshow. So that's the first feature that I want to talk about. Let me go back in and present this again and go to the next feature. The next feature is the laser pointer feature, and this is just a cool little feature that you can activate very easily down here by clicking on the little squiggle, and a nice red laser pointer appears, and as you're going through your slideshow you can just kind of wave it around and direct students' attention to certain parts on your slide. So I thought that was a nice, neat feature that they included. The next feature that I think everybody is going to really like, and we've been waiting for it, Edmodo has had it for a really long time. Google lagged a little behind here in this area. This is called scheduling. So now you as a teacher can sit down on a Sunday or a Monday night or afternoon, and you can schedule all of your announcements, your assignments, and questions for the week, the next 1 or 2 weeks. And none of them have to post until you want them to post. So you can set a date and a time, an actual time of the day, when each question, announcement, or assignment will post. Previously, you had to kind of create your announcement and maybe save it as a draft and then go back in. And then once you hit post, it posted, but you had to remember to go back in. That was a little inconvenient and annoying. Now you can think out your week ahead of time. And then what's nice is you set the date, you set the time, you can go in, you can edit the date and time. It will always appear under your saved posts, and I'll show you where that is in Google Classroom in a moment. And then once the post goes live, you will get an email telling you, reassuring you, hey, this post went live. So let me show you how that looks inside of Google Classroom. We go in here. I've clicked on the plus sign and announcement, and I've created an announcement. New feature added, tell Classroom when to post the announcement, assignment, or question. And now I want to schedule it. All I need to do is come over here to the down arrow, click on schedule, and then you'll see I have another down arrow. I can select the month, the day. Okay, so maybe I want it to go on live on May 11th, and I can change the time, 8 a.m., 8 p.m. Let me change that to a.m., and then I would hit schedule. And then you'll see here under saved posts, I have one. If I click, there's that announcement. If I want to edit that announcement, just click on it. I can edit the announcement. And if I want to edit the date and the time right here, I can click the down arrow and go in and edit the date and the specific time when it's going to go live. And then when it does go live, you will receive that email notification. So I think this is a great new feature, something that's going to make our scheduling and our planning inside our Google Classroom a lot easier. We won't have to be going in it so much once we can kind of get everything done at the beginning of the week and have it just play out like a movie for the rest of the week. All right, so let me go back to my slideshow and show you what's coming soon. That was the third feature. And then coming later this year, they haven't released the date, but I think it's probably going to be sometime this summer, we have parent email notifications. So this is something Edmodo has had. They've had that parent feature, and I know I've emailed Google and complained, or not really complained, but said, hey, you need to do something so that parents can be involved in Google Classroom, because right now parents really aren't involved at all. But parents now, starting very soon, not now, very soon, will be able to enter their email address inside of the Google Classroom, and then they will get weekly or daily updates, kind of like little digests, they're calling them, of their child's progress in a specific class. So I know this is a feature I've been waiting for, and many of you that I've spoken with wish that the parents could get some kind of notifications or have some kind of access to Google Classroom. So this is great. I don't know when it's coming, but I have a feeling it will be out before the new year starts. They like to release a lot of things in July and August. So that's the final feature that I really wanted to talk about. And if you have questions on using these new features, what should you do? Well, you can stop by the Media Center during your free period for one-on-one training, or If you'd like some additional training on these new features, through some kind of a small workshop, let me know. Depending on how many people are interested, I can arrange sessions like I've done in the past. So please don't hesitate to stop by. Thanks for listening. Have a great day.